It is a brand new year, it's a brand new month in 2026. And if you're watching this video, chances are you want more control over your finances in 2026. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I use a zero-based budget and a cash stuffing method. And I'll show you step by step how I actually budget my income and how I also save in cash. So in today's video, I'm also going to walk you through our budget, so my family's budget, using my spreadsheet, how much we have saved already, and the debt we are also trying to pay off. It's going to be probably quite a long video, so grab a coffee or a tea or a glass of water and let's do this together. All right, so as you can see, I'll be using my Budget for Freedom spreadsheet. And if you would like the template, it's linked below. You can use the code YouTube10 to get 10% off. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Noma. I'm a personal finance coach and a licensed financial advisor. And my journey, or basically the reason for this channel, is for us to learn how to manage our money wisely, how to get out of debt, how to build financial freedom with God as the foundation in the entire journey. My husband and I are actually currently on a mission to pay off over 482,000 Rand in debt. We share our wins. The goal is to find financial freedom and be able to be more generous and help also our family wherever we can. Right now, we are also doing a no spend quarter. So basically, we are not spending money recklessly. We are being very intentional, which is currently working so well. So it might turn into a no spend year because we've already been able to save intentionally into our daughter's school fees, which is what I'm going to show you as well. I'm also doing this with the community that I own, which is the Financial Literacy Academy, and that I'm going to get into it more later in the video, but I'll have it linked below if you want to join my community. Okay, so let's start with our budget. So I'm going to start off by listing all of our expenses. Okay, so if you love the budget template, the spreadsheet, those kind of things, I'm using a Google Sheet. So if you want it, you can get it below, and you're going to have to use Google Sheet, not Excel, not Microsoft Excel. It's Google Sheet. And if you like the pen and paper method, then I do have a Budget for Freedom planner that I use. I'm currently looking at it right now so that I can reference that to list out our expenses. My husband loves more of the technical one. I love more of the writing one. So it works together. I love that the Google Sheet helps me be able to calculate things easily, calculate everything for you. So this is basically how the month layout looks like. So as you can see, we are in January. So I've clicked on Jan budget. And these are the budget categories that I use to track our expenses, which I'll get into it once I've listed all of our expenses. So I'm going to start by putting just the amount and the description, and then I will then put in the dates and as well as the categories when I'm done with that. So the first thing that we're going to track is giving. The first expense is giving. And then we have medical aid, so that is 2021. And then we have rent, so that is 12,000. And then we have medical insurance as well. So I'm going to also put it as medical aid, or alternatively, if you cannot find your bill on your monthly tracker, all you have to do is just go to your bill setup and then you can add it over here, whatever you want to add. So as you can see, it's not over here. Let me see if there's something that can get out of here. Oh, there it is under medical. So I'm actually going to go insurance. Okay, so let's go back to January. So now there it is over here, and that is 1.5. And then the next one is Wi-Fi, which is 400 Rand. And then the next one is utilities, which we actually haven't got billed for as yet. So they bill us for utilities, so we kind of wait for that bill and then we pay for them. So I don't see it over here unless I missed it somewhere. Current medical. Okay, I don't see it over here, so I'm going to add it again. So I'm going to add it over here on want. So I'm going to go utilities. Okay, and then back. So now it should be over here. There it is. So we haven't actually paid anything for that one. And then there is life insurance. So that is 970. And then there is retirement annuity. So that is 15. And then there is investment. So that is 1000. And then there is CapCut. Hopefully I'll find it. Some things I have not given them actual names. I have left it as like a business expense. So CapCut might be one of them. Yeah, it is one of them. So I'll just go business expense and 100. And then the next one as well might be another business expense. So that is our school. Yep, so it's also a business expense. And that one is 380. And then there's also Shopify. So Shopify was high this month, is 6,000. So the reason why it was high because I pay the yearly once-off fee. I don't like paying the monthly $24. And then every month I just pay the percentage of the sales that I received, which is just much better for me to handle. Okay, and then the next one is another business expense. So that is 150. And the next one is Apple bill, and that is 230. And then the next one is another business expense. It's actually packaging, so I don't think it's there. So yeah, I also put under business expense. So packaging is 15. And then laundry is 700. And then there is petrol, which I have not, I'm going to put it as transport. I have not calculated how much we spent because my month hasn't ended. I budget from the 1st of every month. So if you get paid on the 15th, and then you'll budget from the 15th of every month, because that is your income calendar. It's not just you're not budgeting using a normal calendar. You have to create your own income calendar, and I'll show you how to do that. So on the sheet over here, as you can see, I budget from the 1st, which was a Thursday. So if you get paid on the 15th, you will double tap here, and then you're going to put the 15th. So it's updating that we're budgeting from the 15th. And then if you go down here, it's changed from the 15th, which is also a Thursday. So funny. So if you get paid on the 20th, which is a Tuesday, so you're going to click here, and then it's going to change to Tuesday, the 20th of January. So your calendar month is according to when your payday. So I'm tracking from the 1st of every single month. I used to get paid on the 15th, but now no longer. Okay, so career guide, we're going to also put it as a business expense, and that is 3,400 Rand. And then allowances. So I'm actually going to change these allowances. So I'm actually going to go back to the bills setup, and I'm going to remove individual allowances and just make it one allowances. So let me just do that. And then I'm going to remove the rest. Okay, so anything in green is what I use in physical cash. So if you see anything green, it's that. Anyways, let's go back. So now let's go to allowances. And we gave ourselves an allowance of 600 Rand since we were doing a no spend, basically, not even low spend. And so far we haven't used that allowance. It's in our savings, or our cash savings. Excuse me. Okay, and then we've got school stuff. So I think that's what I can add here, because I've removed allowances, to school stuff. Yeah, school stuff. That is not going to be green, so I'm going to reset that. Let's go back here. And then now it will be here under school stuff. And we're tracking uniform and we're also tracking stationery for this month, which was 3448 for both. Next month, school stuff, we're going to take care of aftercare. Swimming is sorted. She got selected into a swimming team, so then she doesn't need to pay because now it's a swimming team, because previously she was getting swimming lessons, private swimming lessons, so I was paying a coach, but now she got selected into a swimming team, so she'll be swimming every single day, and that's not extra cost. She's part of the school team now. Okay, so hair and nails. Let's go down to hair and nails. And so far we've only done our hair. Me and Scala, mine costed a lot because I had to unbraid, I had to do a treatment and all of that, and then I had to rebraid. And Scala also had to remove her cornrows, which just didn't cost a lot. She also had to wash and then do new cornrows. So in total, we spent 1,330 on hair. But that's going to be probably the highest month, just because I usually unbraid myself. I just thought I should treat myself. Okay, school fees. So far in school fees, we have a whopping 19,500 Rand that we have put away from to school fees from our no spend challenge. So 19,000. Can you imagine, after we pay off our school fees, we're going to be able to have this amount to then attack our debt, which I will take you along the journey. Okay, the next one is loan 2. So that's going to be the other debt that I am focusing on. We haven't paid anything though, so I'm just going to put it there because I will do something about it, obviously, by the end of this month. And then our savings. So that is going to be on a different sheet. But what I'm going to do is, let me just go up to the needs. We've got savings over here. I'm going to just calculate what we have saved so far in total, which the only one I know right now is that 1,650, which is in our challenges. But I will calculate everything shortly and then add the figures there. Okay, so then we've also got Disney Plus. So let me just see if I can find it. There it is. We cancelled our Netflix for now while we're in this journey, and we only have Disney Plus. I love it just because it has all the shows I love. I love Scandal. They call it The Fixer here in South Africa because we have a Scandal. I have How to Get Away with Murder. I love Grey's Anatomy. I love a lot of things that Shonda Rhimes wrote. But I also like that Disney Plus has got, Disney stuff. I'm a 90s kid, so we love Disney, and also Scala enjoys it. Okay, another thing that I haven't added here is groceries, but again, I'll update it at the end of the year. And then I've got another business expense as well that I need to pop in over here. So that is 440 in total. And then the one thing that I did not add is our incomes. Okay, so these are all of our expenses. So I've listed everything and as well as how much we have spent. And in total, it is 25 days in the month and we have spent 58,828. So in order for us to know how much most of the money went, we then have to put it into categories. So this is where then the category part comes in so handy in this budget. But what I want to do first is calculate how much savings we have. So I'm going to grab my binders and then check that as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 20K savings binder to calculate how much is actually in here. So as you can see, this is the money that I will be counting, which is the first savings tracker, the planting tiny seeds. It just increases with 50 Rand. So you start with 50 Rand, 100 Rand, 150, 200 Rand, etc. up until 600 Rand. Once you complete this challenge, you will save a total of 3,900 Rand. So I'm trying to get this one done by this month, but I don't know, it doesn't look like I'll be able to finish it, but I'm going to try really hard. So how I do that is when by using cash, as you saw on my spreadsheet, there's some things that I use cash in, like our allowance, etc. By using cash, I'm able to challenge myself to not spend all the cash, or whatever change I receive, I then move it into the binder and save it. So this is the money that I am counting right now. Don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, so I'm just going to count it with you. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,500, 50, 100, 1,650. So that is 1,650 saved so far in our first challenge. So 1650. So I'm going to close this one, and then I'm going to get Skylar's binder. So this is the Kitty's Saving Challenge. She does take money out from this one, so I don't really track it too much. But once I complete one challenge, one tracker, that's when I'm going to then kind of move the money aside and start filling in the other one. So I will show you what I mean. So when I open the binder, it's got, let's just show you. It's got a tracker over here, and then an envelope with money, and another tracker and another envelope to put money, etc. So once she completes the first tracker, which is this one over here, she would have saved 200 Rand. That's when I will then move the money away from here, because sometimes she goes to school and yeah, she's got the money. So 1,650, and then let's calculate what Scala has saved. So this is the 20s. Wait, I've got 120 that I've also left behind here. There it is. So this is the 20s that we have been able to save from change and anything like that. She currently has 50 Rand on her phone that I gave her on Christmas, and she has not used it, but she likes it as her phone. Looks like a phone cover, but she could actually add it here. But anyways, that's Ghana for you. So let's calculate it. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 Rand. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 Rand. So she's actually completed this challenge. So good. So challenge number 1 for Skylar is done. She saved 200 Rand, so plus 200 Rand. Okay, and then we've got the 10 Rand challenge as well. We've got the 10 Rand over here. So I'm just going to take them out. There they are. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So she's got 60 Rand saved here. And then there is nothing else after that. So I'm going to put this one aside. Okay, and then the last cash savings is my 100-day challenge, not 100 envelopes, 100 days. So I'm going to show you. Let me just share the screen on that one. Yeah, so this is the 100-day challenge. It's in your Budget for Freedom planner, so your BFF. But if you're in the Financial Literacy Academy, I also sent a free 100-day challenge, because we are doing this together while we are on a no spending. This is how much we are saving. So I've put it all in a jar. This is all the cash, as you can see. So I'm just going to close that, and I'm going to count using this tracker to make things easy for me. So in total here we are 650. So Scala has saved 260, and then there's a 1650. Then let's calculate the 100-day challenge. So we've got 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 Rand plus 8 Rand plus 9 Rand plus 10 Rand. Okay, and then plus 11 Rand plus 15 Rand. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 plus 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then 22, 25, 28, 40, and then 75, 76, 80, 85, and 100. Okay, so in total, in the 100-day saving challenge, we have saved 702 Rand. So this challenge might end up going to a Scala school fees, obviously, because that's the main focus right now during the no spend challenge, is for me to like literally get rid of Scala school fees and then focus on the next thing. But if we are able to save for Scala school fees from, other things, from like digital products and stuff, because that's like the focus right now, then this money will go to an iPad. So right now I'm writing on my workbook and I am calculating on my calculator. I would love to share that screen with you while I'm recording these videos. So while I'm writing, so I just think an iPad will be such a nice addition to my videos to make them more interactive and how I like teaching. And I do have a whiteboard, but I don't like that I have to turn my back to write. So it just does not work for me and the type of teacher I guess I am. I don't know, I'm not a teacher, but you know what I mean. I like making educational content, so kind of like teaching. So I do want to be interactive and not boring. Okay, so that is basically our saving challenges. So 702, 260, and 1650. There's two other saving challenges that I need to also focus on, which is my collective, the FLA. So in the Financial Literacy Academy, we have our own stokvel. So I need to put money over there. We call it the collective. And also Christmas. We need to put money away for Christmas. But I think I'm going to start putting the money away for Christmas end of February, when we pay off Scala's school fees. But I will put it over there just in case I can start now, putting money away for that. Okay, now let's move on to the categories, the budget categories. Okay, so we're back on our budget, and as you can see, it says 000, nothing is updated, and the reason why, it's because I haven't put the categories as yet. So I'm going to start by putting the categories, and then I will add the income as well so that you can see it balance itself out. So category number 1 is, okay, so giving will go on to future, no, it goes to high priority bills, sorry. Medical aid, also high priority. Rent is a high priority. Medical insurance is also a high priority. Wi-Fi is a high priority. We need internet. Utility is, I'm going to say, a variable expense. Even though it's a high priority, it does go up and down. Sometimes we didn't spend too much on electricity and water. Sometimes we did. So I'm going to go variable expense. And then life insurance, future me, retirement, future me, investment, future me. And then there is business expenses. So these are more like subscriptions. So I'm going to leave them on subscription. Shopify is also a subscription. Another one, subscription. Apple's also a subscription. Also another subscription. Laundry is, I'll say, variable expense. Transport, also variable expense. Business is a subscription. Allowance is, must I say, variable expense or sinking fund? It's not a savings. It's more like money we're allowed to spend, but we try not to spend to save it. So it's going to be a variable expense. School stuff is also variable expense. Nails, variable expense. School fees, I'm going to put it as debt. Even though it's not debt, I'm going to put it as debt. Personal loan, also debt. Savings, okay, obviously that is sinking funds. Disney's a subscription. Grocery is high priority. and business is subscription. Okay, so now we have put in all of our categories. So if I scroll all the way up, as you can see, now it has updated that this is how much we have spent. And over here, it's going to also show you that we are on minus. So the reason why we're on minus is because we actually haven't put in the income. Yeah, so we actually haven't put in the income. The reason why sinking funds has 0, it's because on savings here, I haven't updated it as yet. So let me update it. So far we have 1650 plus 260 plus 702, which is 2612 that we have saved in our sinking funds. And again, school fees is technically savings that we have put away, but we are not going to calculate that because I'm going to treat it like a debt. So now if we go up, as you can see, sinking funds have been updated, as well as the update of how much we have actually spent. And if we go down all this way, as you can see, this is showing us that we are on a deficit, a massive deficit. So now let me add the income. So we receive income 4 times. Just go down. Here we go. So we've got income 1. Now you can name it whatever you want to name it. You can name it your salary. You can name it your husband's name. You can name it whoever you live with's name. Whatever incomes you receive, you can name it the name of your side hustle, the name of your business. I'm just going to leave it as income 1, 2, 3, and 4. We know what are those incomes. And then let's put it as income category, income category, income category, and income category. And then let's put the amount. So our first income was quite high. Normally this income is not high, but it's because we had launched the saving challenges. So it's like a Nomazdiary income, and then another income, and then another income, and then usually the less income, which is your digital products and YouTube, like those kind of things. So that's basically our income. So if I highlight it like that, it's showing me already that my income is 74,200 Rand. But if I scroll all the way up, then it shows me that out of my income, this is how much we have remaining, which is 12,760. Then now, because the income in there, it's going to show me how much of my categories, which percentage is going to out of my income, what percentage is going to each category. And this is what I love to see, because now it's giving me an overview and a bit of a reflection. You get to reflect, basically. Is this aligned with what I want? So if we look over here, it says 4.6% is going to future me. 23.48% is going to high priority, 16% is going to subscription, the highest one, 26% is going to debt, 8% to variable expenses, and 3% to sinking funds. So everything looks aligned with my goals. I want to attack debt and obviously take care of our family, which is a high priority bills. But I would like future me to increase, because I would like to increase my investments, but also I would like to increase sinking funds. It's only 3% is going into savings, so I would like to increase it. So that is not aligned with future me, but obviously with the current situation, how my money is divided, it is aligned with my current goals, which is tackling debt. So income is basically where your money is coming from in the household. Like I said, it can be different people bring in an income and then you budget together, or it can be you just having different streams of income. So that is the income category. So let me explain actually the 7 main categories that I use in my budget system, and maybe it's something that's also going to help you in your journey. It has helped some of my clients and my students, and if you want to get this budget spreadsheet, it's also going to help you understand what do those categories mean and why those categories. So obviously income, I just explained that this is where all your income is coming from, money that's coming into the household. And then future me, this includes investments, retirement, long-term planning, so life insurance because you need to support your future self. Some things that happen that are unplanned, like a job loss, or a disability, a illness, or anything like that, you want to make sure you have life insurance that is going to protect you. Maybe you have retrenchment cover, maybe you have income protection, disability, critical illness protection. That is future you at worst case scenario. But then there is future you at best case scenario of living a long and healthy life, and you want to make sure you have enough wealth and you have enough money to afford it and live a life that you enjoy. So traveling and retiring early and whatever it is your future goals are. So this is just a moment for you to actually sit and think about future you. And if you feel like you need that guidance and that one-on-one support, you can book a one-on-one with me. It is a complimentary session, so it's free to book a financial planning session with me where we can basically look at future you according to this foundation of protecting your wealth but building your wealth at the same time. Okay, and then another category is high priority bills. So these are things that are your non-negotiables. Usually these things are debit orders, but some of them are not, like groceries. So it's things like your rent, your bond, your utilities, like medical aid, things that are really non-negotiables that are debit orders. And also that you do need to survive. Another category is your subscriptions. So I separate my subscriptions so I can clearly see what am I paying for every single month and what do I need to cancel that is no longer serving us, like how I explained that I've already canceled Netflix for now and just focusing on Disney Plus. So this can actually help you have a look and see how much am I paying monthly on subscriptions and do I actually need this? Do I still use the gym? So it's things like that. So just reflect and be honest with yourself. No one is calling you out. This is just a moment for you to really be honest with yourself and see if can I actually take the 600 rand I'm paying at the gym and put it into my debt, and would this make a difference in my life? Another category that I track is debt. This includes all the debt payments, extra payments, and obviously I'll show you my debt tracker shortly as well. The goal is to be debt free. So hopefully with this category, I will be seeing it next year, but you will see my journey as I share that with you every month. And then variable expenses. So these are things that change month to month. So things like petrol, personal spending, hair, nails, these categories go up and down, up and down. And this is also a category where you can challenge yourself to spend less, like how we are currently on a no spend challenge. And we have spent much less than normal on groceries or basically on food because we haven't ate out at all this month, which I'm so proud of ourselves. And the last category is sinking funds. These are for your planned savings and some unplanned savings. So, for example, school fees, it can be a sinking fund for 2027 already. So, once I pay off school fees for this year, I can start a school fees sinking fund for 2027 so that I don't have to try and get everything done like how I'm doing right now at the beginning of the year for 2027. So, also birthdays, if you know that you have a birthday coming up, or your partner or your mother or your children or whatever, you can start putting a little bit away so that when the birthday month comes, let's say it's July, when July comes, you have already got a lot of money saved rather than taking a big chunk of your income to dedicate it to a birthday and kind of getting yourself off budget. So emergency funds as well. So these are things that are not planned, but when they show up, you don't want to again have to use a big chunk of your salary or use debt, get a loan or borrow from someone. You want to be able to say, I've really got an emergency fund that I can use for this situation. So yeah, those are sinking funds. Those are the categories that are basically used. And once everything is listed, I then look at what percentage of our income goes to each category. Okay, so now let's talk about your calendar. Your budget calendar is a great snapshot for you to see monthly, where does my money actually go. So with my tracker, this tracker over here, and if you have it, this is how you basically can track that. It's literally by double tapping and putting a date of every single expense. The best way to do it is literally by tracking every time you spend money. And that is basically how you keep track of where your money is going, is by every time you spend money, you track it into your tracker. So you can use your bank app to see how much you spent. If you swipe, you can use actual receipts to track and see the date and how much you actually spend, or you can write it down as you spend money on a desk calendar, on your budget planner, whatever. So I use my BFF. It also has a calendar layout, and I can see when I spent money, which date I spent money, and then I just pop it into my tracker for me and my husband to see when we're doing our monthly, budget. And okay, what happened this month? Why did we have a high spend day that day? Oh, we had 3 no spend days. We need to try and get to 4. Those kind of things. So let me show you how that works. So all you do is you double tap, and then you put a date of when you spent the money of whatever the category is. And as you can see, automatically it populates itself. So I'm going to start with the incomes. As much as I put the incomes at the back over here for this video, I just wanted to basically show you how the tracker works. So I'm going to start with the income. We received income 1 on the 2nd, income 2 on the 12th, income 3 on the 15th, and then income 4 was on the 23rd. Okay, so we spent money on giving and medical aid. Oh, sorry. We spent money on the 1st. Rent was on the 13th. Medical insurance was on the 15th. Wi-Fi was on the 23rd. Utilities not yet. Life insurance was on the 1st. Retirement was also on the 1st. And investment was on the 1st. Okay, and then CapCut was on the 11th. This one was on the 13th. Shopify was on the 16th. Another business expense was on the 20th. Apple was also on the 20th. And then packaging, we paid for everything on the 2nd. Laundry was on the 3rd. And then courier guy was also on the 3rd. Allowance, we put the money of allowance in our binder on the 12th. School stuff, we sorted that out on the 10th. Hair and nails, we did our hair on the 12th. And school fees, I'm going to say today, the 25th. Personal loan, nothing as yet. Savings, I'm just going to put today just because I calculated today. Disney Plus was on the 11th. Groceries, we haven't updated that. And then another business expense was on the 12th. Okay, so now I've put all the dates over here. So now I have a bit of an overview of when is my, just make this a little bit smaller. So now I have an overview of when is my high spend week, and when is my low spend week. And as you can see, all these blank spaces are no spend days. We have been so good in this challenge. We haven't been spending money daily. It was like a normal thing to just go and Uber Eats and buy something. So we have been very strategic with our spending and with our meal planning and meal prepping. So let me know if you want me to record a video of how we plan our meals and how we prep them for the week, because that is what has helped us so much. Okay, so that is basically our budget update for now. So that is where all of our money is going. These are my focuses for the month: to save 21,000 this month, and drink enough water, daily FLA devotions. So every day I post a devotion, a Bible study devotion. I want to save 2,000 Rand on challenges. I actually have reached that. 2,600 Rand. I think I shooted for low over there, so I can actually tick this one now. Daily content for Instagram, so far so good. Workout 5 times a week, so far so good on that one as well. So January is looking good, and that's what happens when you are aligned with your goals, when you set proper goals, when you have an accountability group, which is a financial literacy academy. You see others who are really achieving their goals already and just very focused on becoming a better version of themselves, and it pushes you as well. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so what I'm going to jump onto the savings sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to also finally update Skylar's school fees savings debt, and then also have a look at the debt that we are trying to attack, and that is basically it for the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to savings sheets right here, and as you can see, this is Skylar's school fees. And it says 18,700 is what I last updated it on. Currently, we have saved 19,500 Rand. So if I go 19,500 Rand minus the 18,700 Rand, it's an addition of 800 Rand. So I'm going to double tap here, today's date, and then add 800 Rand and also add school fees. So now it has updated. So let me just make it a little bit big. Now it has updated that the total saved is 19,500 Rand and left to save is 21,250. So hopefully I will get to 21,750 by the end of this month. So if I go 21,750 minus 19,500 equals to 22,250 that I still need to save. And yeah, we will push. We will definitely push. Once you know, and now you know what you need to strive for. There's actually a quote by Oprah that says, if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? So the goal is to know where you are going. And that is basically it. As you can see, this is the debt I wanted to show you. So this is what we are tracking this year to pay off. And out of this 482,719, let's go 482,719. If I minus the 19,500 Rand that we've technically saved for Scala school fees, we are now at 463,000. But I'm not going to update that as yet, just because we haven't transferred it to the school. It's still sitting in our savings account. What I love about the spreadsheet is that it shows you that out of the balance you're owing and your interest and your minimum payment, how much is actually going into debt. So out of this 9,000 a month, 7,000 is actually going to debt. So I hop into this calculator. As you can see, I end up paying only 1,943 into this balance, which is so depressing. If you look at the 9,000 that I actually pay, and only 1,900 is going into debt. So that is why I want to get out of debt and attack it as fast as I can. And how I'm going to do that is literally through the boot camp that we are starting on the 6th of February, and I would like to invite you if you want to be part of this boot camp. This year we are focusing on attacking debt and building wealth. I'm doing this through the Financial Literacy Academy, which is a monthly subscription of 210 Rand a month, depending on the dollar, but it's not more than 214 usually. So the boot camp is basically going to be looking at our finances. We're going to be literally auditing our money on the 6th of February and resetting our finances. And I like saying we are building our soft, rich life, one that is aligned with just peace and intention and finding that financial freedom. Inside the academy, what you will see is that we are working on building also our online business while we are trying to build our financial freedom to eventually be able to leave that full-time job by replacing your salary and live a peaceful life. And this sounds like something you would like, you need, you want me to hold your hand and be around other people on the same journey, then I'll have it linked below. The link for the spreadsheets is below. The link for the FLA, so the Financial Literacy Academy, is also below. You can join our stockpile if that's probably something you probably also need to just save money. And if this video has helped you in any shape or form, I would like you to please like, subscribe, share it with someone. It does support me. It's free, but it also does support me to also keep doing more videos like this if this is something that you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.